Yeah, welcome to the AI4EU Café. Today, I'm proud to present Anna, Franziska, Michel, who you see on my side. And she's the CEO and founder from Yoona Technology from Berlin. And she will present her talk, Fashion Industry Can No Longer Resist New Technologies. With the fashion industry, will the fashion industry survive without AI? My name is Carmen McWilliams, and I'm the moderator and organizer, and I'm the director of Grassroots Arts and partner in the European AI4EU project. And as always, I start to introduce once more the cafe until everybody arrives. But already, hello everybody, great that you're here, great that you are joining us. Please take notice that this session will be recorded. The recording you will find on the AI4EU YouTube and Go to Stage channel if the speaker gives the permission to publish it. No confidential information shall be shared in this cafe. All speakers express their personal views and opinions. This is not the official AI4EU project opinion. And what is the cafe? You might be here for the first time. The cafe offers a series of live web sessions which will take place regularly. The cafe is an online forum to gain insights into the European AI scene. Participants get the chance to share knowledge and experiences and meet stakeholders from various areas of AI research and application. And feel free to share the cafe invitations with your friends. As we said, it's public. And here, will be an interactive session with Anna, and therefore you can use on the right side the control panel, and there you can write your questions or even raise your hand, and then you can ask the questions yourselves after the presentation of Anna. I will soon also write you a message, then you get familiar with the chat. And so please enjoy once more. Hello, Anna. Hello.
Hey.
Hey.
Hello from Berlin.
How is Berlin?
Fine, very hot and good weather, and yeah, it's good.
Great. Yes, I will introduce you shortly, and then I give you the whole moderation, and you can do your presentation. So Anna has received her Masters of Arts in Fashion Design at University of Applied Science in Berlin, and was awarded as best graduate with Yooneeque. And before, she studied fashion design at Centro Superior de Diseño de Moda de Madrid. Sorry for my Spanish. In Spain.
No pasa nada.
and before, she has received a Bachelor of Arts in Fashion Design at University of Applied Science Berlin, with her final project awarded as best graduate and win the New Blood Berlin Award. Wow, New Blood. And then before that, she has studied fine arts at Facultad de Bellas Arts de Universitat de Barcelona in Spain, so between Berlin and Spain. And the whole thing started with fine arts at Victorian College of the Arts, Melbourne in Australia. Great. Wow, it's a long journey. Great.
All over the world.
Yes, yes. Now you're an entrepreneur, and I now give you the moderation, and I am curious. So now it's yours. Let's see if this works. Yes, I can see already the moderation, perfect. And Anna told me it's in German, but she will speak English. So don't worry, everybody. Anna will speak.
Okay, hey, I'm Anna, CEO and founder of Yoona Technology. Yoona Technology is a B2B software solution for the fashion industry. We are shortening the design process to just some simple clicks. And how my journey was, and how my way is, and how I came to this solution, I'm gonna tell you now. So, how I started, I had my own fashion label. And I found out that these processes are very, very inefficient. You need a lot of time to design and then to do trend research, to have a look what was good sold, what is not, what is bad, what is not sold at all. And then even I thought, okay, then I go more into personalization designs, and that is so expensive that nobody would buy it. So that means I stopped this label, and I thought it's so unproductive, inefficient. I have to find a solution. And I have always a quote inside, and because I found it I started my master again, and in my master I founded a research group to have a look in technology in the part of Wirtschaftsinformatik. How can technology solve all these problems what we have as a designer? And there's a quote also always what I'm telling, all the artificial intelligence is still in kids' shoes of kids, but there are a lot of possibilities for the fashion industry. I found that out in my research group, working 1 year on project to find out how can we use neural networks, how can we approach them into design processes. So you may know if you're participating in this cafe. So, but actually this is a presentation when I go to fashion companies, because normally they don't know what is artificial intelligence, because they never work with that, and they don't know what we can have, what is the good approach of this artificial intelligence for the fashion industry. So I'm always saying it's data-based, it's very iterative, it's analytics, it's data analysis actually, it's very solution-oriented and flexible. Yeah, and what systems we can see in machine learning or with neural networks. Also, they don't know normally, because they are very focused on traditional working flows. So I tell them what are machine learning systems, for example, recommendation machines, or predictive models, or forecasting, what they all could use in the fashion industry actually, client segmentation. And for example, what are the industries which are already using artificial intelligence? You may know already also that is finance industry, automotive industry, of course, medicine, pharma industry, and also in communication. And then I ask them always, what do you think, which data you can use for artificial intelligence? And of course, you can use every kind of data you can find. Yeah, there's Michael Stracke. It's always a quote also from him. He is the CEO of the Fashion Tech of this exhibition in Berlin. And he's always saying that artificial intelligence is a very important theme next to all the other programs you can already find in the fashion industry, because we can develop and make all the processes in the value chain in a better way. Are we still online? Yes? What happened? Should I keep going? I cannot hear you. I could keep going anyway. Should I say yes or no? Yes? Okay. Okay. So yeah, and the value chain in the fashion industry, it's not only what you see after designing when it leaves the design part, it's actually also like a back end. There are designers working, that's also the value chain. So how can neural networks used in design processes? So I started with a friend at night, and we were working on, for example, how can sports data, that was the first project actually I did, how can sports data used to make designs? And we worked with all the data from the speeds, kilometers, heart rate and stuff like that, to include them in designs. That was the first project, and after that I went into the research group, and then here you can see it again. You see like the length and the kilometers and the activity. That was the first project, and I actually had a lot of people who wanted to have the shirts to tell their own story. So I found that was the first thing what I found out, that with personal data you can also tell a story, but it wasn't really helping in the efficiency and the productivity in the fashion design process. So during the research group, we find out that with the style software, you can train different styles. That's very known also, but you can use this data, what I before transformed into lines, like the sports data, we could use them and transform them into different kind of styles. And that was already starting to be like a design. You can see like these different styles for different artists. We implemented them to have like the lines more designed. And then I said, okay, but it's nice, but still it's not helping me to be more efficient as a designer. And then we tried a different project, and GitHub project, and in this GitHub project this was actually about bags, and we turned them in the research group. We tried to use it for every clothes, every design, and the goal was that the pattern, the print, what I was creating as a designer, is automatically matched to a technical drawing. You can see that here it was like still with errors, but already we matched that, and we could see that the prints was adapted to the design. And then I was saying, okay, I can match the prints to the design, but who's doing my prints? Because as a designer, maybe you don't know, you do trend research, and then you do your own research, and then you're looking for a theme, and then you're working hours with Photoshop to do prints. But we wanted to be more efficient and productive, so we trained another software. It was called the Neural Painter to create prints. And then now you can see it here. We started to change and parameters and to train prints like normally if you go to GitHub, you see also that are very crazy prints, like we always said LSD prints, but we trained it and we've got this beautiful prints out of this GitHub project. Yeah, and then I said, okay, we trained the software to paint like I want, but still it's not having my personal designer's style. So I started to scan all my sketchbook and all the material I had, all the images, and then we matched these images. We found another software. It was called, another project was called Style software, and this was matching different images together to have a new print. And you can see it. It was my sketchbook matched with color concept, and then the prints coming out. And we did and it was, yeah, and now I was seeing me like as a designer, like represented my personal inspiration was in this clothes and in this design, and was like, okay, we can do fashion show. And after that, with this material and with this outputs, we did a fashion show sponsored by Porsche and Microsoft in Berlin. And it was actually a very success because the colors and everything what came out was very beautiful. So then we started to think, how can this process work? How is it good for designer? And what is the input and what could be the output? And also we included another neural network. It's called GAN, Generative Adversarial Networks. And we thought, okay, with all what we know, it could include like technical drawings, pattern, also clothes which are already photographed could be included color concepts. And also, that was from the designer coming, also could include inspiration from social media channels, inspiration what you find on internet. And also we could combine trend analysis and also include them in the design process. And the output is new collections, new individual designs, new color concept proposals, new pattern proposals, new brand proposals, as you see in the last circles. So now you can see how it works again. The process input data are images, technical drawings, materials, trend data, also sales data, very important, sales performance. Also, you could use text, for example, or inspiration, or even mood boards. Yesterday we had a discussion if mood boards are still modern and usable for a designer, but in this case maybe you could also insert mood boards. And the process is, I mean, you know how this generative adversarial generative model working. There's the model is learning how the designer style is, and with a generator and a discriminator, I guess that's an AI cafe, you know how that works. And we did already 2 collections with that, and the output was very beautiful. Yeah. So we think even after COVID, we recognize that a lot of brands have like programs installed in their computers, then the designers couldn't work because they couldn't take the computers. We think, and we are doing our product launch actually in 2 weeks, during the fashion week, Berlin Fashion Week. And we think it has to be a very easy, usable application, and even not using on their computers. It's online, you can use it online, you can upload your data, and the model is trained for you. You can see it here. You look in, then you have your collections there, and then you can say you can upload your data, and the model will be trained, and in seconds you have your design Ergebnisse. Yeah, and then I have to say we are very supported. Yes, I was the winner of the Digital Film Leader Award in the category of innovation, and we won the different prizes for this project because it's very innovative. In Germany and even in Europe, nobody was working with GAN in the fashion industry until now. So we won also the Lucky Strike Award. We are sponsored by Microsoft and Porsche and Experience One. We are very supported by W Lounge, and also we've been invited to China to present, and also to the London Tech Week. And our first clients is Ernst & Family, for example, or pilot clients. We work also with Mai and with Waude. And for example, Waude is saying, it takes always so long to do our color concepts, and we are always in a bad mood. And then I said, yeah, we can include color concept, and you have your color concept in seconds, and keep working with that. So yeah, and actually that's it already. Yeah, if you have questions, you can answer.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Try to get this wonderful.
I'm answering.
Does that work? Thank you very much for this inspiring. I'm trying to get back to mine. Can you put your webcam on?
Oh, my webcam. My webcam wasn't on. That is no. Oh.
Yeah, I see you. Great. So great. It just somehow disappeared. So thank you, Anna. And now I start with questions, and then please, I also for the participants, please feel free to ask questions, type them in, or raise your hand as you like. So now I want to know. You said you have GAN, this neural network GAN, as the center of your Yoona software. Is GAN something I can buy? Is it available? Is it open source? Is it?
There are already yeah, there are already some open source models. We have tried different ones already, but we are trying to train our own model.
Okay.
You know, train our own model with my data as a designer, and also with other data we get from students, or yeah. As you know, you need a lot of data to train a model that it's coming out what you want.
Yes. And your Yoona software, are you selling this or are you giving it? What is your idea?
We are selling the service. What do you mean? We are not selling the software.
Okay.
So software is ours, but we selling like a software as a service. So all designers, bigger designers, smaller designers, can use it to get design proposals or color concept proposals or print proposals. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, thank you. And another question I have, how did you get interested in AI? How did this start?
Yeah, I actually I had no idea of AI, and even when I had I studied fashion design. The fashion designers with technology are like, I don't know, they don't work together. And after my founding my fashion label, working as a designer, I started my master again, and then I went to Wirtschaftsinformatik. I don't know how this called this studies in
It's
English.
like computer science for economy, business.
Yeah. Then I was searching for a professor who could help me. So, like fashion design, what do you want to do here? So, and then I found this Professor Dr. Ingo Klaassen, and he started, why you not using neural networks? And I was like, and what is that? So, and then with him and with the research group and all the work we did, and then I was understanding what it is, and what now I'm talking about it like I knew it forever, but I didn't. It's like only 3 years I'm knowing that, and I think it's a good possibility for the fashion industry to change some things and make it more even more livable for designers. But because if you see that some companies are doing 40,000 designs a year, so a designer have like between 2 and 5 hours to design. So that's for designers. I know too many designers from big companies who are coming out with a burnout. And then even if you have a look to sustainability, right now they are designing like very subjective. I come to the companies, they're saying, oh, we're designing so subjective. How can we design more client focused? And of course, if you do data analysis and you are only designing what the client really wants and buy it, and all including that in a good data analysis, can also produce more sustainable and not so many clothes that are not bought by the customer. And the goal is to sell, and even for the smaller designers, it's like, why you're working? You want to sell. So they use it and have like better data analysis and designing. They sell, and also maybe they have time for creative design again,
Yeah, for their own.
Yeah, of course. And then they have the salt pot. They earn money. They know, so they can produce simple, more basic stuff. Maybe it's always like that. Who's buying like a very creative thing? But you can also, but they have time to be very creative again. I think it's just, for me. So you can be creative in the same time and be more efficient. Yeah.
Yeah, great. So now comes the question, as my first a compliment, very interesting presentation from Mohamed Imran. So there was no question, just compliment. And then Mohamed asked, thanks for the nice presentation. Your plate from using real-time data. I mean, what's about real-time data? I think that's his question.
What about real-time data? What does he mean with real-time data?
Yeah, so Mohamed, please
what
tell us more.
Real-time data? You meant before the sports data? Yeah, that was actually my vision, to use the sports data to change the clothing in real time. Do you mean that? Okay. That was my vision. With all the materials, I mean, they're really innovative, but changing a shirt in real-time data, like kilometers, and then you're changing, would be amazing, and even also sustainable, because you have to only one shirt, always changing designs. Depends on the real-time data.
Would
be amazing. Would be my dream.
Yeah, so Mohammed just answered. That was his question. Yeah, so let's see. There's still things to come. Next question, Gerard Kennedy is from Ireland. Thank you for your presentation. Does your design data link seamlessly to the mass manufacturing process?
Always people think that it's seamlessly to mass, like the mass production, right? You're talking about, and I think it's more sustainable, because mass production comes through producing, just not for the client. You know, they do mass producing because they don't know what the client needs, so they produce everything. And then the companies in China where they're producing, they say, oh, you do this price and stuff like that. But if you design more client-based, you don't do maybe mass production, but in a different way, because you know it will be bought. So it's like not mass production because it's sold anyway. Yeah. So it's a change in the industry.
Yeah, it's a really better turn, no? Instead of like producing 1 million shirts.
Because right now it's like wild production, kind of very subjective and not really client focused, and then you change it to produce client focused, and it could be also a lot of production, because but the client and the customer will buy it. It's a difference.
Yeah. So now comes Juliane Karl. Don't you make the fashion designer obsolete in the long time?
I'm a fashion designer. What do you think? No, of course not, because to decide at the end what will be produced and what is a good design, it will always be the fashion designer, right? And even if you give 20 proposals what you can use, the fashion designer chooses the proposal and keeps working with that. Yeah.
So you're basically the assistant to you, no? You are
it's like a help tool for designers more than other thing, but there's always like irritation, because do you think, I give the question back, a designer working in a big fashion company, do you think he will be creative, or he works in a creative way? He doesn't. It's like a very fast creating thing. It's not based on creativity, it's based on what do we have, what can we change, and not like, oh, today I want to design flowers, and no, it's not like that.
Yeah,
but if you change the system, maybe creativity can come back, and then I was a designer again.
Yeah. So this is basically you are helping to be creative again. And yes, and here Marcelo Sousa. So now he has not a question. He's just saying the chat is not working. So Mohammed, I'm machine learning engineer. That's what I am. So he just introduced himself as a machine learning.
Okay, good. Hey, welcome.
He was with the real time, no?
Yeah, the real.
I have another question. As a design, what is your expectation about smart clothes? Is it already a discussion for you?
What do you mean smart clothes, like wearables, or like clothes? Yeah.
For haptics.
I actually decided, I decided not to work on that, because right now it's still far away to be very usable. You cannot wash it right now, and also for me, the real change is in the back end, right? Those are also good. I mean, you can have, like, if you go by the bicycle and everything, but it's not my goal. My goal is to change in the back end, real in the value chain something.
Okay. So we're coming closely to the end of the questions. I have one more. Today we are. What are your next plans with your company in terms of new technology, AI? What is the next step?
Well, we are launching now on the 1st of July. We are launching our product. We didn't until now. We just were training. We used it kind of manual, kind of manual still. Yeah, we did collection, but they send us the data and things like that. And we are launching 1st of July the product. We're relaunching our brand and relaunching our logo and everything. And we start with prints, that you can make your prints. And of course, step by step, we are going then into every part, what is the designers doing. And my big goal is that in every part, what I was talking about, like pattern, prints, color concept and stuff like that, that we reach every goal and we can help in every part what the designer needs.
Super. And then another curious question: are you already making profit? I mean, can you live from what you're doing, or do you need funding? I mean, are you going for fundraising?
Yeah, yeah. No, I can live. Look, I'm sitting in my villa, and I don't driving a big car. No, I don't. Yes, of course. And yeah, we're launching the product. We're already talking to angel investors. We have our pilot clients. We have 6 LOIs actually. Every time when I'm going to fashion companies or talking to designers, they are very interested. And we want to close a deal in October, November. That is our goal. To make our seed, it's more than a seed investment, we are a little bit further, but to get our first investment. Until now, we won a scholarship from the ESF and from the university. We are, that actually we won 2 of the scholarships, and now we are also, we're like bootstrapped. It's called like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we also had clients, you know, it was like in between the scholarships, we had also a client kind of, so yeah.
Yes. Okay. So I would say today everything is a little bit shorter, and I think you are great, a lady as an entrepreneur.
Thank you.
I don't have so many AI entrepreneurs.
We have to support them. Yeah, we have to support, because I'm actually always in between men. But it's okay. I mean, it's okay.
It's the world still very male, even though it's about fashion, and so there's a good combination. It's the creative and the AI together. I think it will attract a lot of people, and it's of course also interesting for us in the research world. I mean, with AI4EU, with our project, we are trying to bring together the fragmented AI scene in Europe, and there's of course also many possibilities to match people with each other. So I hope maybe there will be other people interested in your work.
You have my you saw my contact. I'm always interested if somebody gets not support, but we have a lot of questions. Of course, it's a new field we are going in. Nobody tried it in the fashion industry before, so we are always welcome help and funding and partners and good mood and happiness.
So also here from Peter van der Linden is last. Thanks for the presentation. I wish you good success with the product launch in July. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Yes. And now I just announced in my own super little advertisement the next week. So please join us again for the next week cafe. Let's see. It will be meant. I just have to switch. I'm gonna see if I can switch. No, today we are COVID-19 and contact tracing apps. It's basically 9 speakers, a multi-presenter format on June 23rd, which is this time Tuesday, not a Wednesday. And to get all these 9 speakers together, we had to make an exception. So Tuesday, and there will be also, we want to hear your opinion about contact tracing apps. In many countries, they're just now out, and you maybe have had the chance to test some. And I'm looking forward to see you again. Have a nice afternoon. Thank you again, Anna. And
thank you. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everybody.